Light 'em up.
So I met Vinnie back in, just call it, I've been in Rochester now since 2010, but doing the sneaker thing, obviously you meet a lot of people. So I knew him as a customer first, but in terms of like the business side, when I started the plug in 2021, we kind of linked up through my barber, Jamil. And I know Jamil and Vinnie were really close. They had a lot of aspirations for doing a lot of dope things in the community. So when the opportunity presented itself for me to be a part of their 4th of July Customer Appreciation Day back in 2023, with me having a plug bus, it was a no-brainer to partner up with Jamil and Vinnie at Creative Cuts.
My relationship with Vinnie was as such. I knew him through the barber community right here in Rochester, New York, and I also knew him from being able to be a coach to one of his sons for football. Last year, I was one of his sons' coach, but that's where we drew a connection from barbering and from being fathers, from being mentors.
Vinnie, he was real humble. I didn't see him get into too much. I didn't see him, aggressive with people. In football, coaching was one thing, but that was more teaching with the kids, learning. But that's really stuck out with me, how humble he was.
One thing that really stuck out with me is his humbleness, how selfless he was, and always willing to lend a hand and help, and anything you needed from him, anything you had a question on, something you're curious about, even if it was one of his haircuts, how he took out a line, how he anything, even how I could get my son into football. He was the first one right there and told me, hey, bring your son over here. I got him, I'll take care of him. And that's one thing that stuck out, was that he was always willing to help.
Again, it started with a relationship, friendship, and formed to like a brotherhood based off of the industry that we're in, based off being barbers. Me and him both shared the same passion. We wanted to empower and uplift other barbers, newer barbers, older barbers, whatever the case may be. The things that we've learned, we wanted to pass those things on.
Me and V going back like 20 plus years. Sunday school, his grandmother and my family was real close. So she was a real special part of my family that kind of got us closer. Brothers, Sunday school, basketball league, church basketball league. And then going forward into now, within the last 10 years, since I started cutting, you've been that little inspiration for me. Watching somebody that I grew up with, somebody that I knew, being able to do something that I wanted to do.
We built 3 barbershops together. We was on, first barber loft was on Alexander Street. And then we moved to Lyle. But then after that, we both separated. But then we came to Creative Cuts right here and built this from the ground up during the pandemic.
There was plenty of times that Vinnie would see me in just passing, and he just wanted to know how can he be good in that environment of barbering. And I would just give him a little insight. And even at the time, I wasn't all the way, where I was at, and where I wanted to be. But I could just see how serious and how important it was for him to be something.
To be completely real and transparent, I should watch Vinnie on his stories and on his live and be like, yo, what clippers he got? What clippers he got? And I'm gonna get those, and I go get them. The next thing you know, I'm trying to be up there with the big dogs, trying to get up there.
When we first started cutting hair next to each other, since we were the bigger guys out of the crew, we used to make everything a fat competition. We used to, I can do this better than you. And I'm fat, but I can do this. I can run faster than you. I can dress better than you. We made everything a competition, man. From dressing, racing. He had me in the push-ups.
I know he got in how you say corazón, and he hard, and he told me, Allah moment, yo man, I want to go with you in the church. I want to go in the church, and he bring a holy Bible to the shop, and I'm so happy that day he bring the Bible. I say amen. Amen.
Vinnie always wanted to be part of every, like, if it's a movie, it's a scene, like it's gonna be a spectacular night, he called me. Yo, there, we outside, man. I'm coming with you. I'm like, you good? You coming? He called me 10 times. I'm coming. Like, you coming, bro? Or he definitely wanted to be the life of the party. He wasn't even drinking or not, just chilling.
Honestly, this was a shop that a lot of people I knew talked about, and it was always good things. You know, you hear about crazy stuff at other shops, like, oh, don't go to this shop, they do that, but Creative Cuts, man, it was like nothing but good stuff. So it was like, you know, I'm gonna just hit him up. And it's crazy because it wasn't even 5 minutes. He hit me back. He's like, yep, I got an open chair. When do you want to start? And I was like, can I start tomorrow? And he was like, yeah. He told me to come through like 10. Literally off the bat, like he was very welcoming and all that. As soon as I came in, he introduced me to everybody in the shop, which, you know, I'd never really had that before.
He was a good friend, great son, great brother. But everybody who knows him knows that the one thing everybody can agree in this is the way that he was a father was unmatched. I'll ask him advice all the time about how to be a better father, and that boy ain't never let me down. Anything he told me, I'm listening to that, and I'm gonna do it.
Whenever you see him, 9 times out of 10, you see these kids. He'll stop cutting hair to make sure he made it to every practice, every game, school assemblies. It didn't matter. Anything that came with them kids, Vinnie was putting that first. He didn't care if he had to piss 1,000 people off. Whatever came with them kids was going first. He was stern. He made sure he prepared them for life. Starting early, it don't matter. I remember him 1 year old with JP, and he would say stuff and be like, "Bro, could you? I don't think he can understand that." But he'd say, "He need to know this." He was a different type of father. He ain't hold no punches, and he made sure them kids understood everything. All the game that he had, he was giving it to them kids early.
Oh, great father, always with his kids. He made me want to, like, I don't like my son playing with other kids because I be outside. You feel me? So I don't want him to play sports. But he's about to start training my son. I'm gonna take my son to him with his sons and make him a dog. So if he do play football, he like that. He always on the field, all that with his son. Like, he one of the best fathers I ever seen do that, bro. He'd always have his kids in his house and all that. He a father first before anything. That's how I look at him.
I don't know the dynamic with, you know, the mothers of his children, but I do know that he's just like, his kids always want to be around him. You know, it's always love. You can see the love in their eyes when they see their dad. Like, you know, that's what we all want as parents. That look that you see when his kids are around. That's what we want as parents. And yeah, man, he definitely GOAT barber, GOAT dad.
He was such an amazing father. Like, stuff like that hurts because it's like, just to be here one day, loving on your kids, like, forget the clients, forget everybody else, but loving on your kids, like, that's a big one, bro. Like, just being gone, then his smile, everything, bro. It's just like, he leave behind so much, bro, because he was such a beautiful soul. So it's like, that role, trying to replace that and just trying to, like, fill the void in it, it's like, that's tough, bro.
Vinnie also had a lot of hustle in him. His grind was immaculate, you know, and that was inspiring to me. You know, little did he know, he was just as inspiring to me as I was to him.
And that boy was always happy. That boy was always happy. Anytime you see a video of him, it's him doing some kind of dance move, him being goofy. Man, that man had a beautiful soul. That man had a beautiful soul. And I really looked up to him. Vinnie helped me, was a big part of how I am the man I am today. And I just know that I got no regrets, and I know that I gave him my life.
Vinnie was my outlet, and I think that I was his outlet too. I can sit up here and talk to anybody about the things that go on in the barbershop. Nobody can relate to it. And he was that person for me. It's going to be difficult to try to find a different outlet, you know, if I even find another one, you know. So I was having a conversation with Karis, I want to say Sunday or one of these days. And, you know, when I read back something, or if I say something that somebody said, I like to say it, you know, exactly how it was said. I'm going to read you exactly what she said to me. Hey Mills, I'm sorry to bother you. Prince was wondering if you can cut his hair this week. Is there an app or anything that I could book on? He wants you to be his barber. That to me is an honor. His father was a barber, an amazing barber. So to think that him, his mother, or anybody else would look to me to step in and fill that role is an absolute honor to me, man. It almost broke me down a little bit. And we continued to talk, and she basically said, any and everything you want him involved in, or if you ever want to get him, please do, Mills. Thanks again for being a big part of his life. I know without a shadow of a doubt, if the roles were reversed, Vinnie would step in and do the same for me. Vinnie displayed love and affection to his kids, but he also displayed tough love. And he showed me that it was okay to be tough, to be stern with your children, right? That doesn't mean that you love them any less. You know, so I do appreciate some of that stuff. Maybe I think I might have been a little softy a little bit sometimes with my boys, but he showed me that, you know, it's ways to do that stuff and still get your point across and still let them know that you still love them and you care about them.
Me and V, we would talk about our goals, like, yo, yeah, we just gonna do, remember we was talking about this? And when we do it, we weren't excited for it. We just move on to the next one. Yeah. Like, oh, yo, you see old boy doing this? Whatever. What else could we do that could bring it to that next level?
Vinnie always had an attitude of gratitude. Every time you see him, he got a nice smile. You know, a very charming dude, man. Very respectable, very family orientated, and just a outright outstanding individual.
I admire his confidence, man. Like, even under pressure. I remember it was a barber show that we were in, and he was cutting his son's hair, and it was a time event. And you got to think about it, fastest fade for a kid, and his son had to be around like 3 at the time. So, you know, kids making a haircut, they moving. He was snapping on his son, like, nigga, keep your hands still. You feel me? But he was just in his zone. You feel me? He was in his zone. And the crazy thing is, he ended up winning. He ended up winning that competition for the fastest fade with a 3-year-old, which is crazy. I don't know how he put it off. Word. Cut was fire too, bro.
And I can remember him sitting there with his son saying, quick, man, it's hot in here, man. It's hot in here, man. Man, quick, it's hot in here, man. And he won. He had his son, and they won first place. And then y'all was so aggressive to where when the show was over with, everybody went to my shop and finished the show. You know what I'm saying? And nobody wanted to stop, but it was him pushing the gas like, quick, man, this dude right here, he want to continue. He want to, nah, it ain't over. But it was such a joy, and y'all don't know how much I was inspired by y'all to put the show on. You know what I'm saying? But to see him in that show with his son, he could have brought anybody. He brought his son.
Well, one thing that I learned from Vinnie was
the difference between actually having a brick and mortar barber shop instead of having a barber loft. And I thought that was pretty cool how he invested his time into having a barber shop instead of, you know, just having individual clientele that just come only to him without a public space. So that's one of the things that I learned from him.
Yeah, one thing I learned from him, I would say, he came into our barber class and he spoke about the business side of being a barber. And I really took to that because that's an aspiration that I have myself of possibly owning a barber shop, and he was in it from the ground up. You know, this is a barber who's well known in the community, somebody who I looked up to, not only with cutting hair, but with the business side of, you know, barbering and cutting hair.
Vinnie was a very intelligent man. Very intelligent man. The one thing I love about Vinnie, and I think everybody should have this character in him, he wasn't the type of person that I knew everything. He always wanted to learn more. He wanted to learn about how I ran my business and what my mindset was while I was running my business. How could he take something from me and implement it into his own business as well? You know, where he could grow as a businessman. And we always talked about business. The Mondays he would come here and just clean. I'll just come sit here and we just chop it up. Talk all types of business and how we could grow together and what more can we do to up each other. We push each other to get better. Everything. I mean, we talked about every single thing. There wasn't a conversation that we didn't talk about.
From the way his shop looked, to him branding himself, to him, you know, stepping out, wanting to be bigger, wanting to do better things, wanting to expand, you know, those kind of things I look to. And, you know, I take different things from different people, and I kind of took that from him. You know, even that day where I was at his shop and I was welcome to kind of speak for the event. One, I thank God for the opportunity to even have done it. I think that might have been the first time where I even met him. But just seeing how he did business, not just in person, but online, you know, that kind of inspired me to want to be better.
One thing that I do want to shout out about Vinnie is that a lot of people know him just for barbering, but he was an amazing coach. I know him from coaching the Rams football team, which was a super blessing, something that we both had in common. I've coached basketball and track, and just his love for his community in general was amazing. So major shout out to him. Condolences to his family, much love. I'm always here if you guys need anything, and I'm here.
They already know, the whole family. His mom, stepdad, it's nothing but love. Same thing with Justin, Anthony. I hope I see them. I mean, I don't want to see them on these terms, but I hope I see them and, you know, show my love and my condolences for them, bro. They know how hard we rocked, and it'd be cool reminiscing.
I send my condolences to the family, to the kids, to the barber community, because we definitely lost a real one. I send my condolences to everybody who had love for my brother. My brother loved everybody. He had no hate in his blood. No matter what anybody else was doing, no hate in his blood. He always showed love. Always said congratulations. Always kept a smile on his face. We waited our turn, and we made history.
Condolences to his mom. I want to say condolences to his kids, man, Christina. I just want to say condolences to his fellow barbers that is up under him. And I just pray and hope that y'all continue the legacy of Creative Cuts and that it grows all the way till his kids get old enough to maybe one day, you never know, maybe one of the boys reincarnate him.
Definitely gonna be missed, man. One of the best, one of the greatest. I feel in my heart, you know what I'm saying? I've been in the game 10 years. He's been in the game way longer. So his is no comparison, man. He's the man, you know. He's gonna be missed truly. You know, we gonna carry out his name. As barbers, we gotta stick together, carry out his name, man. That's it.
You helped me become a better man. And I'm gonna make sure that I continue to keep being a better man. And this right here, Creative Cuts, that's always gonna be in my heart, bro, no matter what. I love you, brother.
That just hurt, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like for his mother, his kids, his family, his children, mothers, continuously gonna keep praying for y'all because it's gonna take a village to try to even fill that void. So always in my prayers and pray constantly for y'all.
Vince, I want to send my condolences to your family. We're praying for you. We're praying for your kids. We're praying for your family. It's not going to be easy, but I would encourage you to take it one step at a time. Just a word of encouragement to your family. Put God first. I'm telling you, you put God first. He's going to help you get through the hard days, help you get through the days where you are confused, the days when you are depressed. Just find some way to seek encouragement through God. Stay away from negativity. Anything that's not positive, stay away from it. And I just want to say we're praying for y'all. We love y'all, and long live Vinnie.
Yeah, man, my condolences to everybody. You know, his mom, his kids, significant other, his distant family, his friends, us, everybody, you know. We lost a good man, you know. It ain't goodbye though. See you later, you know. It's always see you later because nobody gonna let him be forgotten, you know. It's always see you later. You know, just too soon though, you know. Too soon, man. Saturday gonna be hard, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't ready for that. Saturday's gonna be a tough day.
It's hard to say bye to anybody, especially when it's all unexpected. When Mills called me, I had been thinking about Vinnie for like a couple weeks. And normally when I think about people, I run up on them. And I didn't. And I kind of hate I didn't. But the last time I saw him, he was happy. So I just can go on. I don't even know what else to say, my man. Honestly.